Okay, guys, we're here. It's a water heater today that we picked up last night. Um, this is basically going to be all Vinny. I'm going to be like, I'm not even here because he's almost there where I'm sending him out on his own, to do everything. That's the way we're going to make money is when we got two vehicles going two different directions. But for right now, this is only his third water heater, and I mostly did all the work on the other ones. So, or the thinking anyway. So I just want him to kind of just do it like I wasn't here, and that way I feel confident. I know he's ready to go. I'm not the one ready to let him go because I've been in this business 30 some years and I'm real particular about it, and I just want to make sure he's feeling the same. That way when he goes to a job, I know they're getting what I would give them. Anyway, with that being said, we're going to get in there and get their water heater jerked out. This is an easy one anyway. There's nothing needing. It's got a ball valve. It's got everything. But anyway, let's get in there. Okay, guys, Vinny's got this hooked up. He doesn't have this open yet. He doesn't have one of these open yet. I don't think it's going to drain good because you guys heard it in the video yesterday, how it was bubbling. That's because this thing is full of calcium sludge all the way up. So all we can do is try, though. What we could do, Vinny, is we could open that up there and then open the valve up and blast some of that sludge out of there. That might help. I've done that before, Otherwise, we'll be pumping it. You know what I mean? So open up. What I would do is open that up, but don't go too far with it because if you do, it'll come right off in your hands. And just open it up enough so it starts to drain. You'll hear it. Yeah, these things will unscrew right off in your hand. Okay, you hear that? Go a little bit more maybe. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's see what we got coming out. Probably nothing because you don't have the hoses off.
I'll crack it.
No, don't crack it yet. I want to just flush it with the pressure. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the hose. Turn on the valve, the ball valve, slowly, and let's see what. Yeah, I want to flush it. So if it starts coming off the bottom, shut it back down. Go real slow. Open it up. That's all right. Just put a towel or something. Can you give it more? Okay, go ahead and put something under there, a towel. Let it drip into a towel. It'll be fine. I just want to get some of that calcium away from that.
Just a little drip. Not big
Okay. Okay, then go ahead now and shut the water off.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and crack the, you got the ball valve. Go ahead and crack that right there and let it start to.
2 minutes.
Well, we're just the cold side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't. If you leave the hot side, whatever back feeds from their faucets will come down into the tank right there. It won't go on the floor. That's off.
Siphon, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. But Vinny, it will back feed. I don't know what I was telling you because if it back feeds into the hot into the tank and you have that off, it'll come off the cold side, right here.
Oh, unless you have some.
Yeah. So go ahead now. She says you're good. So go ahead and break that loose and see if we get some air going through that tank. Okay, guys. Sometimes if you push some water through it with pressure, it'll clear the line, and that's what it did there. Now he's got the ball valve off, so this is all coming, and he's got the line cracked. We don't want to take the two lines off up there yet until some of the water from the attic space goes down the pipe. If he pulls those two hoses off right now, what'll happen is all that water that are in the copper lines will come right out onto the floor. So if we let the water heater drain about maybe 4 or 5 minutes, all the water that's in the ceiling or in the pipes above will be down into the tank, and we won't have to worry about that. Alright guys, see if you take these off too soon, he's got this one cracked and you can hear the air going through it and then going out the hose. If you take these off too soon, all the water in the lines up in the attic will come through here and onto your floor. So what I like to do is drain it for about 5 minutes, crack it here, and drain it for 5 minutes, get all that water that's up above into the tank, and then we can take those off and really give it some good airflow. Meanwhile, I know this, guys, I know this gas line looks new, but I never use the same one twice. Only because sometimes you don't know how the person put that on. Sometimes they might have put it on crooked here, and then they formed it when they tightened it, and then when you go to put it back on, it could leak. I just don't do it. I don't know if there's anything in a code book that says you can't reuse them, but just for what I do, I never reuse them. I always put a brand new one on. So it's going to get a new gas line, and I never use, these look new, but I never use the old ones. I could change the rubbers in these, but I don't. The customers really want to see new stuff. When you put a new water heater in, the last thing they want to see is some old hoses, old gas line. They don't want to see that crap. They want to see everything new. That way everything's equal. It all starts off new. Okay, Vinny's going to get the gas line off, and then he's going to take these hoses off next. And by then, everything should be emptied in the wall. Okay, guys, if, at least where we're at, you don't need to put a pan in here if it doesn't have one and it's not connected to the outside. I mean, I like to put a pan, and then I like to put a cap on the pan, and then I like to ask them to buy a moisture detector and put it in the pan, a little siren. But when they're not ran out of the house, there's nothing that says we have to do that, because it's an added expense. If it was to the point, if it doesn't have it, it's existing, it's like this existing, then we don't have to worry about getting that outside, because that would run up a bill. You would turn a simple $1,100 water heater install to maybe $400, $500, $600 more. I mean, if we had to go into that house and bring it out and take it to wherever, that's money. You know, we don't get into that crawl space for free. So we do ask them, and we did ask the management. We said, did you want that going out? We could do it. It's about anywhere from about $400 to $800, depending where it's going to go. And they go, no, it's been this way all these years. There's nothing requiring that we do it, so just leave it. So that's what we're going to do. I may put it in a pan, though, and put a cap on the pan. That way, they can put a little battery-operated water detector in the pan. That way, if it ever leaks, the pan will fill up with water and not on the floor, and then that little alarm will go off. I'll give them an Amazon link. They're not that expensive, but I'll put the pan in and do my part, and I'll put a cap on the pan. That way the water that goes into the pan doesn't run out, and then it's up to them to put that little siren in there. And Vinny's got all that opened up. Let's go see how it's draining out here. See, if you don't give the house time to drain down, when you take these water lines off, water will come out, whatever's in the walls. So you give it 5 minutes, you crack it, give it some air. And as long as we're still draining good, and I don't care how much it drains, as long as it's draining, I don't have to get my pump out, I'm good. Look at that, guys. That's good enough for me. See, that's good enough for me. And I got my metal guy coming to haul it off. So we're good that way too. Okay, guys, always make sure your control's up. You don't want that on the side or on the bottom, whatever you do. We always put it up right here. So anyway, we're going to get that and get it on our hand truck over here. Did you bring the straps for this in case we need it? Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah, this was designed to accept water heaters.
Oh, yeah. He made sure that he could put 50 gallons or less in here. If we need a 75, we can put it on the other side. But he made sure that when he was building these, that we were good. And guys, when you bring these out, have somebody on the back, like I was on the back and he was the front, and always bring this edge to here. You don't want your truck sitting on the half mark, because you'll dent the tank. You always want to slide it all the way out till the edge is somewhere about right here, and then you can drop the bottom, and then you guys can pick it up like that, and you don't have to worry, because if you have it hitting around here, guaranteed you're going to dent your tank. So anyway, always bring it. Yeah, the control. Yeah, he always puts the control on the outside once he's going to put a hand truck under there. Okay, guys, we're going to take it to the backyard and prep it. Make sure, I hope there's no damage to it. We always... Looking good, man. Looking good. Yeah, everything's looking good. Yeah, everything's looking good, buddy.
You want these?
Yeah, well, let's put them in the shop at home. Okay, guys, we don't put tape on here because when you put tape on here, sometimes that hose won't go all the way down and you leave a little gap and you get a little seep. So what we do is we just put plumber's dope for lubrication. That way it'll go down easy all the way. You want the rubber seals to do the job. So anyway, we only put plumber's dope on there. Now if we were converting to say PVC and we wanted to put an adapter, then we put some tape and then we put some dope and then we would put our adapters, but we're going straight to hoses. All right, so let's go ahead and make your sediment trap up. There's a lot of things you can do, Vinny. You can get your sediment trap ready, you know, and go from there. Alright guys, we got everything laid out here. He's going to build his sediment trap real fast. They didn't have one on here. Most of the water heaters in California have no sediment traps. In fact, they just now started marking the boxes for sediment traps. You would never see this sediment trap on a box, usually, at least in California, on the Reliance or the Home Depot models. For the first time, we saw one there. And but most of the time it's just, you know. Anyway, he's going to build his first sediment trap. And just to confirm, guys, this is good for natural gas, and so is that one. So just so y'all know, everything is made for natural gas. And you guys gotta, yeah, make sure that you clean it. You don't want it. There you go. I always put one hand on top of the jaw. There you go.
Like that?
Yeah, I do. If you really need to start cinching it, then you can put it on the handle. It just helps me stabilize it. Alright guys, he's going to get this done and made up, and then I'll show it to you. He's not going to be able to put that on the T yet, because if it does, when you spin it, it'll hit here. We're going to just get the bottom part, the sediment part, built up with a cap and get it taped, and then we're going to put a closed nipple on the T, and we'll also put the gas connector on top of the T, and then he'll just put that on last. Only one piece will have to go on last. Okay guys, when you're putting your plumber's dope on the part that goes into your gas valve over there, put it on, but then wipe it off the lip. You want that plumber's dope to go back this way. You don't want any on here on the front where it's going to go into your gas valve and make your gas valve fuck up. So he'll get it almost to the lip, and if he gets a little bit, he'll take his finger and wipe the lip off. That way when you screw it in, all the dope goes this way and not into the valve, if that makes sense. Same with your tape, but that looks really good. So now he's got his The only part that you could have put in before you doped it was this part right here. Your nipple for your gas line. That should have went in too before you doped up that. That way you can spin it on. Or do you think it would hit?
I think it would hit.
Okay, let's put it on then.
I'm just trying
Now, guys, this is a FIP. I mean, it's a MIP thread. It's a male tapered thread. So what happens is, guys, even on your gas fittings, you don't want to go too far in with this because you'll put a split right in this aluminum alloy. So notice that he's got to be careful. And remember, gas lines are very little pressure going in them. So if you notice, whenever you're undoing gas lines, they're pretty loose. But here, he's going to cinch it up, and he's going to have to get it in between having the up and down straight. And I didn't want to bring a big old nipple way out to here. So we're just doing it tight. That way it looks good, and it's good. So you don't need this to go until you pop that. Once you pop that valve, you might as well go return it and tell them it's leaking. It's so go ahead now and thread it in. Ready?
Let me grab a channel lock.
Okay, go ahead. Now, guys, he's going to back this up with a crescent wrench on this block. See this block here? It's square. Put a crescent wrench there to support this. But at the same time, if you drive that in too far, this aluminum alloy block will pop. If you hear it go click, you know you done fucked up. I'd put a pair of channel locks on there, right here. That's really heavy. You want to go light as possible. The heavier your wrench is, the heavier the wrench is, the more chance that you have of over tightening it and causing problems. So just get yourself something light, a real small pair of channel locks. Yeah, get your Nip-X. And that way you don't over tighten it. Okay, guys, basically, whenever you're working with delicate items, you don't need to put a big ass wrench on. And I would put your Nip-X on there. And don't let it slide. When you don't get all sloppy ass with your handle. Bite into that sucker. That way you don't scrape it and let it slide in your wrench. If it starts to feel tight, this is, I think, going to be your last turn right here. That's going to be it. I can tell just by looking at it. Make sure it's nice and straight.
Let me check it.
It's a little off. Give it just a little more.
Well, just a tad.
Yeah, but whatever you do, don't go backwards if you go over. That's perfect. That's all you need, buddy. You can always tighten it up more if it needs it, but it's looking good. Okay, now when you put in the bottom leg and the top, make sure this doesn't twist up on you, because you could still crack this and have a leak there. You know what I mean? So, alright, guys, I was telling him when he tightens this piece in to hold this, because if you tighten it, it's going to want to bend that way. You see how your gas is valve? So you want to pull back on it that way. There you go. And you don't need more than that. We'll check it for leaks. Now go ahead and put your fitting on here for your gas line, and when you're done. Alright, guys, this is the part that's going to go in the T right there. Put some tape on it. Put some plumber's dope.
No tape on this side?
No tape on. You never put tape on the flared side. You can put dope just to lubricate it, you know. But I put a little bit of dope behind the flare just for the threads. Okay. Won't hurt it. I don't think it helps it, but it does lubricate the threads. That way, if you have to take it off later on, it's not as bad. Rub your threads and rub your tape into the threads. There you go. Now dope it up and put it on there, and you're done. Yeah.
Half a cc.
Come on, man. Spin that shit around there.
I already mixed it.
Okay, go put that on. Same thing applies. When you go to tighten that, don't let that valve torque one way or the other. You know what I mean? back it up with your hand. And then when you're all done, get a paper towel and clean that slop up. Is this our towel right here?
No.
We could use it. Let's see what he's doing here, guys. Yeah, we can always check for leaks and tighten it up more if it needs it. Now when you turn that, don't let that thing torque that way. See how it's torquing? Yeah, just kind of, yeah, there you go. I think you're good. That's good, bud. I think you're good. We can always tighten it up more. Yeah, clean that mess up. Okay. Clean that dope off.
Even right here?
Yeah, just wipe it all down nicely.
All right.
Around the gas meter. And Vinny, next time you do this job, put the tape up, run it over. That way you can just pull the tape off and it'll be clean. The same way you do a shower head, you do that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So, next time, run the tape up, and then you can just pull the tape off and you're good to go. Looks good. Looks really good. All right. Okay, guys, it's all drained. We're just gonna get the hand truck and get it out of there as soon as he cleans all this up here. The only thing we were able to salvage on this was the earthquake strap. The rest, we're replacing everything, as I had mentioned. All right, guys, he closed that because if you tip it, it's going to drip all over the place. So he tightened that up, and he took his copper PRV valve downspout out already. We'll use it on the next one. All right, guys, I'm going to help him with this for a few. He looks like a monkey trying to fuck a football. All right, son, let's go out this way with it. Or you want to go out that way? I can. If you bring it here, I'll shut the door for you, and you can go out to the front. Just don't drag that fork. There you go. Just teeter it little by little. Okay, you want to go? You want to go out that way, or do you want to go? I can shut that door for
Do
you.
you want this out in front? Probably?
No, we're gonna put it right where the other one is until the guy gets here and pick it up.
Right, back door?
It's right here at the back. Go through here. Okay, and then right over here, right out this door. You're good to go, bud. Don't hit the furniture. These wheels have grease zerks on the inside. You can put grease in it. All right, buddy. Put it anywhere you want. Drop it right there. Your mom called the metal guy, so he's on his way to pick it up. So, all right. All right. All right, guys. He's gonna clean that mess up. He's got one strap that came out of the wall. So we're going to locate a stud and make sure it grabs the stud. You can see it was on the floor to begin with. But anyway. That'll be good. Alright, guys, he's got that cleaned up spotless. He's got a lag bolt. He found that on the floor. I guess he didn't catch a stud, so he's going to try to catch a stud with that, and we'll get the new water heater in. Okay, guys, he's cleaning his pipe. Because he's into electrical work, he grounds his hot to this cold, no matter what. So, basically, he's got to put his ground cable. That way, I guess that's the right way to go. But he says that for now, when he puts the water heater in, he's going to ground everyone that he comes across that don't have one. Alright guys, they're going to haul it off for me. Yeah, help him out there, Vinny. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right, guys. He's got his ground wire there. He left enough wire there in case somebody's got to do something or move something. There'll be a little bit of extra ground wire there. All right. Looks good. Pretty tight. Yeah, good. You caught some lid back there. Alrighty. Next thing we do, guys, is we get the water heater in and then we get our exhaust hooked up. That way, because I don't want to start filling it full of water until the exhaust is hooked up. That way, if I got to tweak it a little left, tweak it a little right, then, of course, you can do that. And again, there's no pipe going out of the house, so we're going to put it in a pan with a cap on it, and I'm going to give them an Amazon link for that water detector. I think the batteries are good for like 4 years. You just put it in the pan, and if water starts filling up or senses water, then it beeps, and at least the water will be contained in the pan. With that being said, that's better than nothing, because the owner's not going to, it's been this way for so many years. They're not going to pay me to get under here and run a line. You know what I mean? They're just not going to do it. Every time I ask, they're like, well, it's been that way. Anyway, that's what we're doing. All right, guys. He got himself a little nipple, and where's your cap at? This one's threaded. Here's the other cap. He's just going to PVC glue this on. And then the owner can pick up a little remote to put in here. It's a little water sensor. And if this thing water heater ever starts to fill up this pan, at least they'll be alerted to it. And they can get the problem handled. So it doesn't need to be all that glued up. Anyway, now we got that. Now get that done. There you go. Pop that on. Good to go. Push it in. Do a corner turn one way and a corner turn. There you go. It's done. Done deal. Find a nice location for that. Now, he can put some pliers on here. Tighten that. The rubber, you know, I hate putting the rubber on this side because when you turn that nut, it twists up the rubber. That rubber gets all puckered up and wrinkled up when you tighten it. So I like it on the outside. So I'm sure it'll do the job. Alright, we got that all tightened up, guys, so we're good to go. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want you to tear it up either. Yeah, that's good. That's enough. Okay, guys, he's going to get this in there, but always put a piece of paper towel in your gas line. But when you go to remove that paper towel, always blast your gas out before you put your hose on. That way, if any particles got in there beyond the paper towel or a piece of paper towel gets stuck in, you know, just blast it before you put your hose on. Anyway, we got our pan in there, and we're going to get this in here. Alright, guys, he could go get the strap and put a strap around it and lift it, but he wants to try it without the strap. There you go. Tilt it in more. Right there. You got it. Bring it back your way a little bit so it doesn't hit the lip in the back. Now I can hold my foot there if you want. Oh, poor baby. He's going to pinch it. Oh, yeah, man. Let me get a little video. Okay, just walk it your way. But a little more. We can push the pan in later. There you go. You got it. Lay it down flat. Okay, now go ahead and move that baby wherever you want it. for your venting. And then once it is, we'll put the hoses on and make sure this is in back enough. Yeah, try to put the gas meter straight if you can. Looks good. The door will close. Yeah, the door will close. I don't know if this would hit anything, but I doubt it. Okay, go ahead and get it where you want for your vents, and then we'll do the rest. Once you got it with your vent, though, I'd rather put the hoses on before you put the vents. Just get the vents dry fitted. Yeah, there you go, bud. All right, looking good. Okay, guys, we're going to have to redo the vent a little bit in order to make our footprint work, because they had theirs in crooked, but I wanted ours in straight because theirs was crooked and you couldn't even see in the window. This way, at least, you can see the gas valve and you can see the window. But we are going to replumb the exhaust. So that's what we're up to. Alright guys, he covered the vent on top, the exhaust, and he's got a cover. He's got that right there. So everything's going good. Alright guys, he's getting it done. He's taping up the thing. He puts 3 screws in, 1, 2, and 3. And then he puts really short ones. That way it doesn't catch debris. But anyway, he's going to tape it up a little bit better. Add a little bit more tape to it. That way it's done good. But at least it's not in our way anymore. Okay guys, we're going to start to fill the tank. Since we got the vent done and we don't need to move this water heater, everything's lining up, we're going to open up the hot water real slow. We got this on over here on the hot side, so all the air will come out here. We should be good to go. We're going to get it open and check for leaks and make sure everything is good. So go ahead and crack it, Vinny.
Okay.
No, crack this sucker. A little more.
In the video, he said hot water.
Well, I meant
Yeah, I'm saying
the cold.
Alright
guys, we're going to fill this up slow but surely. And he's going to work on the gas line, the earthquake straps, and a few other things. Alright guys, everything's going good. No leaks. He's putting on these aren't done. He's going to make these nice and straight and do the others. He's tightening up the gas line because I told him before he finishes off the earthquake straps, I wanted him to get this lit. That way, by the time he's done with everything, we'll know if everything is working good. So we're going to get that lit up, and then he'll finish off the earthquake straps and put in his copper piece right there. Okay guys, I'm having him take that off because I didn't want him to open that valve without blowing it out first. So now, turn that gas on and blow the shit out of there. Okay, pop that valve open all the way, on and off. Go. All the way, come on. There you go. Now put it back together.
Where's the middle of the match?
Alright guys, put that back together and then we'll check everything and get it going where it's nice and hot. Okay, he's got his ground wire in the back. He's got his new hoses. He redid the venting, no more than 290s. He's going to fix that. And he's going to fix that one as soon as he gets this gas line on. But I want him to light it up first. So go ahead and pump that, put that thing on pilot. Yeah, pump the shit out of it and click at the same time. Okay guys, he had it lit before he knew it.
It's more of an angle in this one.
Yeah, he had it lit and didn't even know it because look at the blue light. The blue line is flickering. Watch. Don't move. I'm trying to get a little blue light on here. Your big bald head is. So, see, you'll see the.
Your finger now.
Oh, yeah, my finger. So anyway, that thing is blinking blue, so we're good. You can let go of that. Once it starts blinking blue, you don't have to hold it. The whole idea is you hold that down on pilot until it starts blinking blue. Okay, now put it on.
On 2 or A?
I don't care.
A.
Okay, there you can hear it rumble. Okay, so what we'll do now, Vinny, is if you get your earthquake straps looking good, then we'll put this copper piece in, and then we'll go ahead and check for leaks on the valve, on the gas. Alright guys, everything is good here. He put his copper in, it's inside the pan. That way if it drips, good to go. Sediment trap, gas line, earthquake straps wasn't us. That's not our fault because they put this one here and this one here is crooked. I guess we could have put that one on lower, but that's where the stud was. So we're good that way. This is the only thing I'm not happy with, is how crooked that is. But in fact, they did have a hole lower, but I think that's the one that where the bolts screwed out. He went in there and found that stud up there. I guess we could have raised that one, but didn't think about it. Anyway, with that being said, everything is done here. He's going to install 5 smoke detectors. Whenever we're at a place like this and their smoke detectors or CO detectors are not up to date, we're supposed to bring them up to date. So I get to go home, and then he says Alicia's cooking a pot roast, so I get to go smell that. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to finish up. So we got our ground wire, our new hoses, the ball valve was in good shape, redo the ducting, the venting. It's all done, guys. All right. Okay, guys, I'm almost home, but I had to tell you guys something. Vinny might have found himself a friend. I don't want to say girl. Well, she's a girl and she's a friend, but there was a daughter there, but you know, I never thought anything of it because she only looked about 16 or 17. And so I didn't say, hey, Vinny, look, there's a daughter there, you know, because she looked too young. And so after we got the water heater going and we were talking to the mom, she asked how old Vinny was. And I said, well, he's 30. And she goes, oh, my daughter's 25. And I said, no. I go, I thought she was like 16 or 17. And she goes, no, everybody thinks that. And I said, yeah, well, Vinny, man, he hasn't had a date in 5 years or so. And she said the same with her. And I go, I wonder what's up with these guys. I said, well, we need to get them talking. And then I looked at the daughter and I said, well, Vinny, give her your number in case, or maybe vice versa. She goes, well, I don't know if she wants to talk. I don't want to ask her for her number. I don't know if she wants to talk to me. He said that in front of her. And she goes, here, give me your number. So she took the phone number and then she texted him. She had to go to work. Her mom was taking her to work and she texted Vinny her name and phone number. And I guess he's got a new friend, I guess. So that turned out good for him. All right, guys, we're home. Talk to you later. Yeah, Vinny was right. She's making pot roast tonight. Oh, it smells good. Yeah. I better quit opening it up. She said it'll be done by 6. All right, guys. Well, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we have an electrical job. I don't know what it is. Just a little job.